It's time for Teen Mom Trash Talk with Tracey and Noelle.
Hello and welcome to 16 and Pregnant Trash Talk. This episode is season 6, episode 10, Abygail.
Ooh, Abygail. I hate the way her name is spelled.
It's a very bad spelling of Abygail, but it's also the way that I could remember it. Like I could spell this. I have a really hard. Okay, by the way, I'm Tracey. That's Noelle. Obviously, you know that. I can't introduce this all the time. Like if you're subscribing to our Patreon, like know our names. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think you know who we are.
You know who we are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a very hard time. Tell me if this is just me.
Okay.
All right. If you introduce me to your friend and you're like, hi, this is my friend. Her name is Annie.
Right.
I get very scared to now refer to her as Annie because I don't know if I heard it right.
Oh, like maybe it's really like Emily.
Maybe I just forgot it. And
okay.
And I don't want to call someone the wrong name.
Sure.
So I get very, very scared. Even people that I know. Sometimes I get scared that I don't know their name.
So that's why you like this, the
and also
spelling of Abygail.
I also have a very hard time spelling names for some reason.
You know what? It's funny because I feel like when you see a name, and it's written out, you pronounce it wrong.
I do.
That is something that I have noticed.
That's what I'm saying.
You.
Like I have a hard time and it's like, especially with these episodes, like I don't know her personally.
Sure.
So I'm like, I don't know how to say her name. So I don't want to say it.
Okay. Well, I could see that though. I could see that because sometimes I do meet people and it's like, what was their name again?
I don't know their name. I don't know anyone's name.
What do I say? Hey, you.
So I had a job when I worked at this media company and they had a company directory. And you could look up and it had everyone's name and a picture of them next to it and then their email.
Oh, I like that.
And I wish that I had that in my actual building that I live in.
You don't talk to anybody in your building.
Right. But I wish that I knew like when you
that's
hear
Mrs. Cooper down the street. Right.
Like when you hear someone screaming in the middle of the night, you're like, oh my God, I wonder what they look like.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I could see that. Yes.
Because like my neighbor next to me, the people on top of her, she claims that they fight like to the death every night.
Ooh.
And I'm like, that's kind of exciting. I want to know what they look like.
I love that. I love when my neighbors fight to the death.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. Like I live in such a big place.
Your building is gigantic.
And like, I'm in and out. Like, I don't know these people. I don't talk to these people, but I wish that I knew like what, or like say a neighbor that I do know is like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah from whatever apartment. And I'm like, how would I know them? And they're like, he has dark hair and ears.
Right. He wears pants.
Right. And then I'll be like, can I see a picture of them? And they're like, why would I have a picture of him?
It's true.
But I want a picture. I always want a face to a name. And I really always appreciated the directory at my old job.
I could see that.
I also would like a Facebook group for my building. So I could be like, hey guys, someone's screaming and I think getting murdered.
Right. Help.
But like, I'm not going to.
No. So someone else help.
Right. Like someone that maybe knows where the screaming's coming from.
Right.
Like I'm not involving myself in this.
Oh yeah. Okay. I could see that. I would like to have a Facebook group of my block.
Right.
That would be fun.
Right. Where it's like, hey, is anyone going to Costco today? I do need paper towels.
Yeah. See, that's what my mom does with her neighbors. I do like
nice.
it.
I like it. All right. We need to make a group. We need to moderate one more group. It's going to be New York Trash Talk.
That I'm never sleeping again. Yes.
All right. So let's get into Abygail. She's 17. She lives in Henderson, Nevada, which is literally just Las Vegas, Nevada.
Right. It's 10 seconds away from the strip.
You just look over there. She lives in the Bellagio.
I was going to say she lives right next to New York. She's just there.
She lives in the Venetian underneath the painted sky. It's beautiful. Right by the Grand Lux Cafe. So her and her family are playing Uno and her mom is Paige and she's the oldest of 3. And her mom said that she's a very old soul. She graduated high school at 16. She started college and she wants to be a doctor. 2 years ago,
that's a lot.
2 years ago, she met her boyfriend, Adrian, at a party. Okay. I got to talk to you about her.
About Abygail?
I love her. And now I'm not saying that I love her personality or I love, everything about her, but I love who she is and I love her values.
I love her because I think she's a good person.
Mm-hmm. I think that
And
she
I think
really has her head screwed on all the way.
you took it out of my mouth. I was going to say she has her head screwed on straight. Right.
Like, I don't know if I would like her because I don't know her, but I do like
she's responsible.
She is so responsible. And I got to tell you, I think like I kind of see a little bit of myself in her.
Why? For the responsibility?
The overachieving.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Because once you do one thing, like you're like, I'm not going to be a nurse. I'm going to be a doctor.
I'm going to own the hospital.
Yeah, you're that person. You are that person.
And that's what I liked about her. I like that like when I was in high school, I wish that I would have had the option. Like we never really knew about other ways to do anything. Like, could you imagine if they were like, listen, if you do double your work freshman and sophomore year, you could just go to college?
I would have done that.
No,
100%.
I would have been in college the first semester of freshman year.
But that's what I'm saying. Yes. I never would have slept.
Never.
Nope.
So that's the whole thing. I think that like, you know, times are changing, things are evolving. There's more online resources and people like really know about more things. And that I am like jealous of.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wish that I had these options. I wish we both did when we were younger. When we were younger, it was just, okay, junior high, high school, college. Like
I didn't know, but I did I took some AP classes in high school. It's my senior year of high school. I took some college courses, but I wish that I would have had the option of like finishing college while I was
I agree. I took AP courses, but that was it. That was as far as it went.
I wanted this is the life I wanted for myself, because I wanted to have a full-time job by the time I was 17 years old, like settled in my career as like a dentist.
Oh, all right. Okay. So not at OBGYN.com.
I just wanted to be like Doogie Howser, and not medically, just like career wise. Like I wanted
could see
to
that.
Yeah. I wanted to be like the head of the record label when I was like 16 and a half, because I went to business school. Recently, I dropped my brother-in-law off. You know, he lives over by you, obviously. And we passed Austin Street. I was with Matt. And I was like, okay, that used to be Santa Fe Steakhouse. And Tracey used to work there. And I used to work next door at Pizzeria Uno. He's like, oh God, you guys really do go back forever. And I was like, Matt, these places don't exist anymore. They don't even exist. They haven't existed for at least 15 years.
Yes. He was like, that's very adorable. I'm like, we would simultaneously like hang out outside. I'd be like, Tracey, I'm going to smoke. Go outside.
Let's go for a smoke break
Yeah.
together. And then our customers, so we couldn't drink at our own restaurant.
Yes.
So the employees from your restaurant would drink at my restaurant. The employees from my restaurant would drink at your restaurant. And I was in love with the bartender at my restaurant, who was a random old man. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
He had like a little, like a mustache. Like he was like blondish, sort of like light brown hair.
Was he? No, I'm thinking of the guy at my restaurant. I was gonna say, was he the gay guy? No.
I was in love with him. Like I thought that we were gonna date.
And you didn't. I'm surprised.
We didn't. I think he was like 40 and I was like 16. So
I don't know. They're all predators.
All right. Well, anyway, so 2 years ago, she met Adrian at a party. He has earplugs. He likes sports and cars. He's a real man's man.
How old do you think he is, by the way?
I don't see, people in our group are saying like, oh my God, he's got to be 25. Like, I think he's like 21.
I was going to say, I don't think he's 25. I think he's like, I don't know, 21, 22, maybe.
He still has 5 years of apprenticeship.
Well, that's the thing, right?
You can become a plumber, an electrician or a plumber when you're 18.
About the dogs.
No, it's fine. When you're 18, you could do it.
Oh, I didn't know that. And I didn't know it was for 5 years too.
Yeah, you have to, no matter when you get in, like in the union, you have to apprentice for a very long time.
I knew you had to apprentice. I didn't know it was for that long. And I know you don't make very much money when you apprentice.
You don't. Yeah. It's like, what's it called? A journey.
Yes, a journeyman.
Yeah. So I'm just saying this is like a real thing. So no, he could be 19. Like he doesn't have to be 35 to be an electrician.
That's true. I know they made it like he was so old, and it's like I don't think he's all that old.
They don't tell us enough about the guys.
She just says he's a little older than me. That's all, and we don't know anything about him.
But a lot of times they do this where they don't give a lot of information about the guy, because I remember like trying to find out how old other guys are as well.
That's true.
So her mom's house looks like the general store,
Tracey,
in the Wild West,
in a crab shack. I'm watching this. I was like, this is where SpongeBob works. Like, what is this?
It looks like the general store in like an old Western town.
Yes.
Like, what's happening here?
There's no foundation, but it's not a trailer.
But isn't it? Like, I don't know what it is. Anyway.
I don't know. It's very long too.
It's very long. I'm assuming it's pretty hard to shop around in this town. And this episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. With big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. Noelle and I have both switched to Mint Mobile. It's just been so easy and it's so much less expensive. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/teenmom. That's mintmobile.com/teenmom. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/teenmom. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on a first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on an unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. And as always, everything will be right down there in the show notes. So they're having, you know what it looks like? It looks like what we used to, like when my brother would play baseball and I would have to go to the Little League and I would get a knish. From the stand.
Okay. I went snow tubing like a month ago. That's where I got my water afterwards.
Yes, that's where I got my
of there.
Yeah, that's where I got my big league chew and my square knish with some yellow mustard.
I love knish.
And
I was
that is how
yesterday.
And that is how my parents got me to go to every single Little League game.
How are you going to get me to get my vaccine? You told me you got me a present.
Oh God, we are not too different. So they're having a girl, and she said that she's like best friends with her mom. Also, I really love her mom's sweatshirt. It's very cute. It's like kind of like burgundy, like tie-dye, like ice dyed almost.
Oh, I didn't notice. I liked her mom's hair. I just kept looking at her mother's hair. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I will say this. There are a lot of sweaters and sweatshirts for Las Vegas.
Okay. Meanwhile, I have a friend that lives in Las Vegas. And I'm like, let me ask you a question. How cold does it get there? She's like 60 degrees.
Yeah. I would melt if I put
that's
a
what I'm saying.
sweatshirt
That's
on.
Cold. It's very strange.
These people. So she's gonna take the semester off from college, and she's really not sure if she wants to do med school anymore. But she already finished 2 years of college. Now, a lot of people are like,
wild.
How did you do that? But if she's 17,
right?
She could have graduated when she was 16, gone to school while she was 16 for 1 year. She could have gone to school while she was 17 for 1 year. And now she's still 17. So that is totally possible.
Sure. She could have like doubled her course load.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she could have taken a ton of classes, which, you know, as me and Abigail were not different, I would have done that.
She seems an overachiever like that. Yes.
All right. So she got an apartment an hour away. And why does it look like a fake house the first time they show it from the outside?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what is this exactly?
I don't know. So she's putting together her own bassinet that she was in as a baby. And then they start talking about how Adrian has to work 5 years as an apprentice. Now, they don't know where her IUD is. And this is how she got pregnant.
I'm very disturbed by this.
Question mark. They're like, it might be implanted into your uterine lining. We'll find out when the baby comes out with a freaking fish hook in his mouth.
So they say on TV every time they have an IUD commercial that it might implant itself.
I'm good.
And that it's very dangerous if it does.
Can I tell you
why
something?
is there nobody upset by this?
I have a friend of a friend just got that surgery to get the IUD out of her uterine lining.
Oh.
Okay. Can I tell you something? I'm like, you know how I am. Like, I'm like, you know, birth control and like all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
An IUD makes me feel like I'm going to faint when you tell me. I don't feel good, especially when you say it's copper. I think of like a rusty nail inside of my uterus and I feel not okay. And then one of my friends said that when she got an IUD, she was bleeding chop meat.
Okay. I am so glad I'm home. Like I feel lightheaded right now.
Oh my God. I don't think anyone's going to listen to our podcast.
She bled chop meat. She bled a meatloaf. Gross. That's nasty, Tracey.
She bled Ortega tacos. Anyway, moving on. Yada, yada, yada. Her dad committed suicide when she was 4.
Right.
And she has anxiety. She's been in therapy like almost her whole life. Now, she's due in 4 weeks. COVID is very much alive and prospering.
Kicking. Right.
But she's alone at her doctor's appointment. She can only have one person in the room. So she's driving and talking on the phone, holding her phone on speaker. There has to be a better way.
I don't know, Tracey. I feel like these were shot in the Stone Ages, like these episodes.
She's also wearing a sweater one more time in Vegas.
She probably has like the tape deck. You know what I mean? That with the wire that connects out to your iPod.
I used to love that thing. Don't make fun.
Oh, me too. I think I still have it somewhere.
So she's 37 weeks along and her friend Haley comes over. I can't tell what's happening with Haley, but I do know that she has a Yorkie named Kitty.
Okay. I didn't know that because I'm stuck on her micro machine earrings.
Okay. Haley, she seems super sweet.
She seems very young.
But she seems like a child. But also, no one's wearing masks. We're good. I didn't see like one mask this whole episode.
When I was watching this, I was like, are they sure this is during COVID? Nobody has on mask. Nobody mentions COVID.
No.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just when she has to go to her appointment. So now she says that she wants a work from home job. And again, it's like, yeah, you're killing it, girl. Like even just wanting a work from home job. When have you ever
that's the thing. She wants to work.
She wants to work. So now
her man works. She doesn't have to. And that she still wants to. And I love that.
Her house is so cluttered. I feel like I'm going to faint as I look at it.
Tracey, the things throwing up out of her closet.
It's so
They're
crazy.
Spewing out.
It's out of control. So now we go to her mom's house and her mom page is with her friend Tiffany, who looks like she's on a bowling league.
Listen,
Tiffany's very patriotic.
Listen, growing up, Aunt Sam and Tiffany used to come to our house for holidays all the time together. And I would call her Aunt Tiffany.
Your aunt's friend.
We would just call her Aunt Tiffany.
Right. I just, you know what I do like? I like that. So we both had gay, like almost immediate family members, right?
Yes.
And I like how no one ever explained anything to us. It just was. And we didn't care or question it. It was like, I used to like call my uncle and uncle like aunt and uncle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just like when I was like 7, like I knew the deal.
But that's the thing. It was never discussed.
It was always weird like to me.
And it's funny because my aunt always had like these very pretty ladies every week, a different lady. And I would always be like, oh, is this my new aunt? Aunt Doris? She's hot. Like she always had these hot, beautiful ladies.
But it's just, isn't it funny how like, so parents think like, okay, well, you know, I have a gay family member, so I have to explain butt sex to my kids.
You don't.
And it's like, oh my God, why do you explain regular sex when you introduce them to a straight couple?
Right. But that's what I mean.
Are
nobody
like,
ever
okay,
explained it.
This is Aunt Joanne and Uncle Harry. And what they do in the bedroom is Aunt Joanne takes off her underwear and Uncle Harry sticks his wiener in her.
Ew. He scratches her on the inside. Yes.
It's like a tickle. But like, why would you have to explain that?
I don't know. I find it very strange because it's like, it was never explained to either of us. And we were just like, okay.
Listen, I don't know what they do with their parts. I
don't want to know. I don't care.
I don't want to know what my straight family members do with their parts.
But that's the thing. I didn't want to know what my parents did with their parts.
Right. I'm going to assume, or maybe I won't assume. And listen, they're married. That's all I know.
Right. Mm-hmm. This together. Is my new aunt. That's all dating. I care.
All I know is that every time my mom's friend got a new partner, I got a new haircut.
Yeah. Okay. And Sam had a salon.
Yeah, of course.
We had a revolving door of women who did all different accoutrements in the salon. Yes. So I had a woman give me facials. I had a woman give me highlights. It was wonderful. What a time to be alive that was. I wish it was now.
I know.
We could probably get free Botox now.
Oh, we definitely could. I definitely had a lot of hairstyles. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you the updos that I had for every event?
Of course you can. Mm-hmm. Yep. You had a French twist.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, oh, well, you know, blah, blah, blah has a new partner. So I'm just going to see if he can come over and just like give you a little updo. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
And then like all of a sudden you're in the kitchen, you're in a kitchen chair with a cape around your neck.
You're explaining my childhood.
There's a tarp on the floor.
God, you're really explaining my childhood. My father would be like, just give her a haircut where she could get out of the shower. Just
And
like
just shake it out.
Just shake it out.
Just shake it out. You know what? She needs the bangs out of her face. So if you could just trim them up a little bit.
If you could, she could just blow them upwards. A lot of hairspray. Oh my God, my brain just melted when
I like
you
how
said
this
shake
became
it out.
an entire dissertation on gay family members and the salon quality styles that we got from them.
Listen, you guys, you wanted this and you got it. Here you are.
All right. So Tiffany gets off her bowling league and goes over to Paige's house and, puts on her best American flag t-shirt.
Yes. And her green hair. Very cute.
And her mom is talking so nice about Adrian. Like she loves him. She said he's a great boyfriend, a great partner. And then she's crying about how, her dad left so early and blah, blah, blah. So now she is an overachiever. And we're talking about that. And now all of a sudden she has the worst pain that she's ever felt, like kind of in her hips and her lower abdomen. She calls her mom crying and her mom is like, all right, Adrian, get a tennis ball. I like how he takes the dog's ball.
Right out of the drawer.
And he's
which also I love their dog.
I love their dog too. Her mom is so supportive. So they're going to go to the hospital. It turns out she has symphysis pubic dysfunction. And I got to tell you, that is not what I thought that would mean.
Okay, me either. Right. It's like, she's like, her pelvis is shifting. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because what happens is your pelvis opens so that the baby can come. But I guess it's like a little bit intense.
Science is crazy.
I know. It's like I dated a guy with pubic dysfunction before, but I guess that's different. Okay.
Took me a minute to get that one.
He's not in labor. So now this is the first we see of her dog. She has like a pit bull. And now they go out to eat. She puts on her best brown lipstick. What year is this?
Listen, this is the thing now. You should have seen the things I saw on Forever 21 yesterday.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, well, her pain is getting worse and worse. She's crying. And now she goes to her doctor's appointment. They're going to induce her Saturday at 2 p.m. What is going on in the backseat of this car?
What do you mean? What
Are
happened
they
in the
moving?
backseat?
It's everything they own.
But these people have a lot of stuff.
They have a little bit of a clutter problem. And while I enjoy her and she's an overachiever, maybe instead of working from home, work your home.
Right. Like achieve cleaning your house.
Yes. So he doesn't want to take 3 days off. And this is a fake fight that they have.
Yeah. I mean, because he's like giggling during it.
They're like, okay, tell her that you don't want to take off when the baby comes because we have nothing on this episode. You guys are too nice.
We don't even know what to talk about. Right.
So they're going to go visit his mom. And here's where I thought the drama was going to come. I'm like, his mom's probably such a bitch.
Nope.
No, his mom really wants to see her before she pops, and his mom and sister Kiana are super nice, and they said, whatever you need, we'll go to your house, we can spend time with you so you're not alone.
Yeah, everyone's so nice. His mother's holding her hand.
Yeah, she's there. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, here's another fake fight where they're like, Adrian, are you going to change diapers? And he's like, not the poopy ones. And then they fake fight, and it's like,
right,
okay, well, this is great.
Sure.
So she gets induced, and her mom checks her into the hospital, and they let her mom in, and I was
that's
so
really
excited.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, so now 3 hours in, Adrian lets us know that the epidermis is in. I'm like, the whole epidermis is
the whole thing. How does she have the room?
Well, maybe she was dilated 10 meters like Yara was.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So she's 7 centimeters. She gets the epidural. She is literally done giving birth in 7 hours.
Which, okay, this is like a dream.
Okay,
seeing
so
this, I'm like, this makes me happy.
Okay, so this just proves to you that getting an epidural and getting induced does not necessarily have anything to do with your labor time.
Well, I've never thought an epidural did. I've just always heard that being induced does, that it makes labor more intense.
I mean, some people say yes, some people say no. I think
it depends on your body.
It so depends on your body. She did great. This was like
this was refreshing.
And then the baby pops out. She's
yes.
like, Okay.
Yep.
So Ava Rosa Lane, 6 pounds, 11 ounces, born January 17th. She seems like she feels better, like right away as far as her pelvis disorder.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what she needed. Just pop the kid out.
She just needed to get the entire child out of the human out of her body. so they say they cannot find her IUD. It must have fallen out. I am worried.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't, because I'm almost like, I feel like this is going to be like a class action lawsuit.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm like, can you guys just check like 5 more times? Like maybe
I
do
would
an
be at the
entire
gyno
body scan.
weekly.
Like what if it's in like her like hip?
Right.
What if it's like in her inner
That's-
thigh? Like, please find this. I don't think that it fell out.
I think that she would have noticed had it fallen out.
I like how Adrian at one point is like, maybe it's like when you pooped it out.
I mean, listen, things can float around.
I guess so. Well, he watched the baby come out. He did a great job.
Yeah,
He-
I couldn't
he-
have done
He
that.
watched the actual birthing of the canal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Watched the whole canoe come out of the canal. Everyone is there when she gets home from the hospital. There is not a mask to be seen.
No, it's not COVID.
Okay, cool. So the stairs to her house are alarming.
Treacherous.
Can you imagine that you would have to carry a baby carrier up and down all those stairs and groceries and oh my God.
I know. It's like you're doing this on purpose. And even they're young. You're going to come home drunk. You're going to fall down those stairs.
Well, her house must smell pretty bad because we watch her mom vacuuming with baking soda on the carpet.
Because the dog probably pees in there.
Yeah, the dog probably pees. The couches, I've never seen uglier couches in my life.
Tracy, what the hell were this? I think that they got them from Debbie from 90 Day Fiance. She does live in Vegas.
Maybe. I can't
I've
even
never
believe
seen
how,
anything like that.
like what? But again, it's like, what year was this filmed?
I don't know, 95.
I think
this
like
is
95,
old.
96.
Yeah.
Now, he wants to go to a friend's house to help with car stuff. Obviously, again, this is staged. They're going to go with him to his friend's house. They're going to work on the car while talking about being a dad. And I like how his friend goes, "How's the girl, dog?"
It's like, wait, do you mean the girl or do you mean my dog?
Or do you mean which girl? Is it my daughter girl? My girlfriend girl?
Right. Or my dog girl.
My dog girl. So she is going back to therapy, and
Right.
her mom is talking to Adrian about her going to therapy, and they seem very supportive of her.
Mhm.
Because apparently when she was younger, she did have a hard time. And at 13, it all came to a head. And now her mom has to leave. And her mom is crying because she has to leave. But Adrian's trying to step up as a dad. He's trying to be a good job.
I think they're both doing a good job. I've seen much more
Nothing happened.
shit on this show, right? I've seen
She-
a lot more people complaining on this show.
Yeah, she's just happy that he's there. And he said that he doesn't want to learn how to put a diaper on.
Who the hell does? Honestly, who
No one.
does? Right.
She's doing therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany is back at Paige's house.
Correct.
New American flag shirt. She changed her American
She's
flag
very
shirt.
patriotic.
Very patriotic. And she seems pretty negative.
Yeah, I think that she's just there for show. I don't think that they
Mhm.
even like her.
No, I don't think that they like her.
Yeah.
They cannot possibly like this woman. So she said that she's really struggling with her dad's suicide, and the
Sad.
anger is coming up. And I totally understand that. It's funny that like where different times in your life you think that you're almost like quote unquote over something, but
Sure.
you actually never really dealt with it. So she's going through that now.
I feel bad for her. I think that she has so much guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then they talk about her follow through. And I really do. This is the number one quality in
know.
a person.
I
How
know.
when she puts her mind to something, she follows through with the entire thing, except for cleaning her house.
Yeah, I mean, but she hasn't started, so that's why she hasn't followed through.
True. Now she chats again with Haley. And Adrian comes home from work and he just
Mhm.
holds the baby. There's not a hand wash.
This is the thing. This is how it's been on all of these shows lately, if you hadn't noticed.
Not even a hand wash. You're an electrician.
I know, but he didn't even come in with a mask on.
Nope.
Like nothing.
Nothing.
Like we didn't see him take it off before as he was walking in the house. Like, let me take my mask off to go inside the house. Nothing.
Nope, not even a little rinsey poo for his hands. Nothing.
No,
not
nothing.
a wipe.
Not even a sanitizer.
Nothing. not a
Right.
wipe.
Let me just get that kid.
Okay, cool. Let's just put some electrician on the kid.
At least they all hold the baby the right way. A lot of these people, they don't support the neck, and it freaks me out.
Yeah, I like a good
Yeah.
neck support.
Me too.
All right. Well, she's a good mom, and I got nothing else to say because this is boring.
Yeah, that was it. I'm glad that we were able to talk about our issues during this episode.
Same. Oh my God, same. I feel like we really worked it out. Now I'm most excited that you and I are gonna go make a trip to the store right now.
Yeah.
And guys, this is the best day.
You don't even know. There's just so many things happening today.
I love it. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Okay, but
Okay.
also follow us on Stereo. Okay, I'm Trixie Chuzini. Noelle is Noe Girl. You're stupid if you don't follow us. There's like
Yeah,
13 hours of content.
You're terrible.
You're a jerk. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.